recognize average daily living activities. All right. So what I have been, you probably have seen this setup. This is the original WSU photo, but we are doing a similar thing in CS department here, putting those motion sensors across the hallway of CS department. This is a motion sensor. Okay, you probably see that in the audience floor. Okay, and we are setting up this now. Later I'll show you some data in real time. Okay. Yet another thing I try to do is using some body sensors to also monitor the health status, like heart rate and ECG, EKG, that type of things. Okay. This imagine in the future potentially, okay, as the nanomaterial become more mature, this stuff could be a reality. Basically, you're wearing a normal clothes, but those clothes actually have sensors in it. Okay. So you just wear normal clothes, but this actually monitor your health situations. Okay. Okay. And toward that smart environment, in terms of environment, one big concern is no one wanted to replace batteries, right? Even talk about occasionally. Okay. So we are looking at whether it's possible those sensors can just stay in the environment and running forever. They can harvest energy from vibrations or from the solar, okay, the lights. Okay, that's something we have also been working on, and we designed with TSW with ultra low power. Okay.
What is the TSW?
It stands for Helens plus WACOM. Basically, this device, there was a sensor network community. There was a device called Helens or Telespeak. Okay. But there are some features we did not, I mean, they lack of those features. For example, they don't support a WACOM, and they don't have energy meters. So we designed this device to using a WACOM radio. It's a very new generation radio. When we designed this, TI just released it. Okay, didn't officially release it. We was designing this one. That radio have a WACOM feature. Also, those sensors we basically have WACOM features. Normally they go to sleep. Once event happens,
and
wakes it up. Previous sensor device design doesn't have this.
You could do some of it like temperature or whatever and have that because it can be chemical like trigger in a battery.
Right.
Switch.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
The radio, knowing when somebody's transferring to
Yeah.
essentially.
This WACOM radio is still not the real WACOM yet. Okay, but closer. I did saw some real WACOM. Basically, it doesn't even consume any power. This radio still talk about a nanoamp, microamp power consumption during sleeping mode.
Yeah, you can get that from the environment using that.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, that's another issue, right? I talk about there is some guy they designed from electrical engineering. They designed a real WACOM radio that
Right.
basically it doesn't consume any power. As the radio signal,
Because it gets its energy from signal.
right? They got the energy from radio signal in the waking hour.
And you can use that energy from another set. There's a couple of them that you use the energy from particular frequency to generate power for your power system.
Right. Okay. Sure. Okay. This is the kind of layout that we put on. This is our layout of 14th floor computer science department. Okay. We currently put like a 8 to 10, or going to put a 30 in across the hallways of the 14th floor building. Okay. Then I will show some demo of the data. Okay. Yet another thing. Okay. What we try to do is we realize that there is another urgent issue of this society is energy. Okay, so our bigger issue, right? This is a picture of USA. Okay, we become more and more dependent on foreign energies because energy consumption go higher faster than productions. So we have to buy more energy from foreign countries, and this is also a big issue for the global. Okay, not just USA need more energy, every country need more energy, right? So it's an issue that, and the environmental factors, yes, it's just too bad. Okay, So smart grid is that we possibly in the future you will see that the solar panel it just become your normal roof materials as the cost goes down. So every home's roof is just solar panels. You can harvest energy. So the energy can potentially use to supply your home appliances, right? So then this actually become an issue, also a Sensorweb application. Imagine you need many sensors to measure and monitor the energy consumption from solar panels and your smart appliances. And also not just monitor it and control it, enable interaction, demand and response, okay? So the application just is huge, also it's urgent. Here is not talk about science fiction. This is something going to happen in the next 20 years because USA has a plan. DOE, they have plans, white paper plans, 2030. They needed to force every state needed to meet a certain criteria, basically the energy they utilized from renewable energy source needed to meet like a 40% or 50% by 2030, okay? So while those technologies just start, like last year, the first smart grid conference, because communication and networking is one important part of this infrastructure. So this is also a whole brand new research area. It's very exciting. Why our research is focusing on, I'm getting excited with also smart environments. Basically, you have solar panels, you have the appliances. How are you going to schedule the energy inside the home, among different homes in same subdivision communities? Okay.
How is this and like Sensorweb in general related to like cyber physical system?
Oh,
Is
good
it like-
question. Yes. So the cyber physical system, usually we talk about it as an autonomous system. So inside this, the PC, besides sensing, they also have control. So smart grid, right? Smart grid actually, we take it as an example of cyber physical system. But like volcano monitoring, we usually don't say cyber physical system because they don't have that sort of control aspect. Okay, that's a difference. Okay. Anyway, researchers like to invent many new names. But in our viewpoint, same. Basically, it's talking about information acquisition and control. Okay, autonomize this sensing and control aspect, right? Okay. In the past, we have made some progress on this, and we observed that to foster such an ecosystem of smart grid research community, we need some lab-based sensor, smart grid testbed. Imagine in the past, if smart grid scene, this concept itself not new. In the last 20 years, those electric power engineering guys already talk about this. However, they needed to use some like a bigger infrastructure, power grid to do this. But now if you want to do more computer science in this, we need some lab-based test bed to do this. That's what we are doing.
You know, they're running into a lot of problems right now with the intelligent power switching because people are tapping into it, hacking.
Yeah, I know.
Like the nuclear power plant in
Right.
Iran.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, there are
So-
enormous challenges.
So, you know, that problem has to be solved before you can actually install it, or you can have to isolate the controls right
Right.
point location.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Security is definitely a huge issue. Okay.
But starting small and doing,
That's right.
setting up the grids and not connecting.
Yeah.
really good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Security always a big issue. even in internet, still biggest threat. That's right. And yeah. So our Dr. Rahim, his scientific research on security is also very important, complementary to this issue. Security is a huge issue, right? Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, this is the small intelligent power switch we designed. It's like a router. We can switch power from one to multiple to one. Okay.
You using SCRs, triacs, or relays, what, for the switching?
Relays, yeah, multiple relays. Simple design, okay. Using non-cheaper parts to enable switching.
Relays are not that simple. I once worked on a computer that was relays. Stick.
Yeah. And this is the smart meter. Basically, you can control appliance on off. In the future, I would envision that the switch not just control on and off. They have digital pin can control appliance with a different mode. Okay. All right. Okay. Finally, time. Okay. Time to go to timing. Finally, I just wanted to demo LiveWeb. And as you see, this sensor network, Sensorweb, we have many applications, Internet of Things, right? So the issue have been sort of that, how do we find them, right? How can we utilize the information? Just like without web browsers, how can I access internet, right? In the first application of the internet was like emails, you know. But how do we actually enable people easily to discover information? Okay, like today we have Google. We have Google can search this and that, right? Similarly, you see as a huge amount of sensors controlling around the world. How can you discover it? Okay, so we made a small progress toward that. We designed a web portal called LiveWeb. Basically, live data's web. Okay, including sensors. Okay. Oh, also need an internet connection. All right. Okay. So since it's ending, so I can do that. If you have any question, feel free to ask me now, because I'm setting up the internet.
So I have a question. For the smart meter we have, do you use a different protocol other than
You mean for the communication between them?
Yes.
We currently using the 802. Well, testbed actually not using 802.54. It's a 900 megahertz. It's not 2.4 gigahertz. This radio here like 300, 400, or 800, 500. But anyway, your question I know is more general. That so my answer is that we don't constrain ourselves on 802.54 learning. Yeah, we actually consider even wired sense also part of Sensorweb. Like satellite is part of Sensorweb. Even we take the crackness of showing that. Okay. You see, we even imported for this LiveWeb portal. We even imported those. Oh, it's not showing here. Okay.
Is the laptop coverage part of the lens?
Huh?
Is the laptop coverage part of the lens? Yeah.
Okay. See, this one we actually, as I said, our vision Sensorweb is not just for sensors. Okay. So anytime real-time information, live information, like content sensor, you see, in the past we've been reporting those data from practice. Anyone posting a new housing information, rent information, it will be it can be searched here. And if anything changes, if you monitor it, register with email, they will send you an email. Okay.
It's just data.
Just data. Yeah, everything is data. Okay. Sensor doesn't necessarily mean a physical device. Okay. Okay. Now I'm showing you a real-time sensor network in our 14th floor. Okay. Cannot see the words. I hope I click the correct one. Okay, 97. No, 9. Cannot see any of them. See first one.
Can you connect to
The front.
Yeah. The brother, which one could potentially have active data?
101 or 102?
Well, the problem is I cannot see the number.
Oh,
Hopefully this one working.
That's 97. So would be in order.
This one I have data. Okay. See, this is the real-time motion sensor data. Right now, happens in in our CS department. Okay, so this means detect motion activity. This means no motion. So potentially, if someone walking through, you will see crossing the space using this data. Okay.
You can use that to plot on a grid, a picture of the floor plan and show them as they move. Proof point.
Right. Yeah. This is something we were talking about another group. Dr. Who's group is talking about this.
Yeah, that should be just something that's for a
That's
job
right.
program.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Is there any other question for Dr. Song?
Okay.
So let's thank our speaker. Hopefully we can get some more students interested in Sensorweb. We have something for our speaker here in appreciation for your time and sharing your research
Thank you.
with us. So thanks so much, Dr. Song. And we also have something for one lucky student. Please have Dr. Song here, please. Select one.
Share with me, right? It's 424.
You're wrong, I didn't get the winning ticket.
So 424. There.
Oh, already gone. Okay.
All right. So
427. Come from Lancaster University. One more.
Yeah. 1, 2.
All right, thank you everyone. So don't forget we have our next public event, like after 2 weeks after spring break.